For many people, turning 50 is a significant and exciting milestone. It is a time when our bodies start to alter, which affects the nutrients we need. The food you eat could have an impact on what you see in the mirror. However, making a few changes to your eating habits can help you maintain healthy skin and a youthful body. The crucial strategy? Eat better. But what's better and what's worse? We'll show you. Here are 7 foods you shouldn't eat once you are 50 years and above. We'll start with something that you may already know. Number 1. Processed foods and desserts. Who doesn't enjoy a meal that requires no preparation time? I mean, everyone loves to have a quick instant meal or food delivered to your doorstep from your local pizzeria or fast food place. We know that they look alluring, but the short-lived delight is nothing compared to the unhealthy tons of sugar, fats, and even salt that they load your body with. You might want to reevaluate those delicious combinations of carbohydrates, salt, and saturated fat that have been a regular part of your routine if you want to improve your health after the age of 50. The same goes for processed desserts. The added sugar content in processed desserts like cookies, candies, and other baked goods is very high. They contribute to adding some unwanted and unhealthy weight for adults over the age of 50. Need more incentive to cut out your intake of processed food? Here's one. Most packaged foods and desserts contain hidden sugars, which they might label as healthy or natural. For instance, foods like granola bars, pasta sauces, instant oatmeal packets, yogurt, and breakfast cereals are loaded with this sneaky sugar. Why is that so bad for people over 50? In addition to raising blood sugar and blood triglyceride levels and increasing the risk of fatty liver disease, too much sugar can put a strain on vital organs like the pancreas and liver. Sugars raise the risk of diabetes and cardiovascular disease, both of which are more common and severe as we age. We don't need the extra calories added by added sugar. In a nutshell, look for added sugars on labels. Don't worry about naturally occurring sugars in fruits or vegetables. Number 2. Fried foods. We are aware of how delicious fried food is, but the harm it causes to your health is not worth it. They can almost triple your calories. Besides the big amount of calories in fried foods, they also contain lots of saturated fats, which are a lot more harmful to people over 50 than younger adults. So why fuel your body with heavy calories and fats from fried foods when you don't even know how you're going to burn the chunk of fat out of your system? Speaking of saturated fats, they are a huge unhealthy component of fried foods. If it helps, take a moment to visualize the vat of oil that the basket of fries or onion rings was immersed in, and think about how its saturated fat may have detrimental effect on blood cholesterol. Unsure about how to cut back? No worries, we have 3 tips here to help you break the habit without struggling with any withdrawal symptoms afterwards. 1 is to invest in an air fryer, to help you fry your foods without tripling your calories or using any additional oils. 2 is to avoid consuming fats at breakfast and lunch and save them for dinner if you want to indulge from time to time. The 3rd tip is to explore other options. Start choosing side salads over fries at restaurants. Frying isn't the only way to cook food, so why not try out grilling, for example? Who knows, it might end up becoming your preferred option. Number 3. High sodium foods. When you hear about high sodium foods, you probably only think about salty foods, but that's not true. How about instant meals and frozen pizzas? If you don't salt your grilled corn or soup but believe you're eating a low-sodium diet, think about that frozen pizza or that recently heated can of soup. They include a ton of sneaky salt. People over 60 who have high blood pressure make up 75% of the population. So you should reduce your sodium consumption even if you take medicine. Eliminating some salt can improve your health. According to the largest randomized clinical trial ever conducted to examine how much salt people with heart failure should consume, lowering sodium leads to improvement in symptoms like swelling, fatigue, and coughing, as well as an overall higher quality of life. Our diet contains 75% more salt from processed foods than from salt shakers. What can you then do? Look for foods with a salt content of 5% or less of the daily value to identify low sodium options. Anything higher than 20% is considered high sodium. Aim for 1,500 to 2,300 milligrams of salt per day in total. Number 4 is a food you probably wouldn't have guessed would be on the list: grapefruit. What on earth is grapefruit doing on a list of foods to avoid after 50, you may be asking? As it turns out, grapefruit can make several drugs risky for you to use if you eat or drink it. It can either reduce the efficacy of the drug or make the side effects that may occur even worse. For example, grapefruit should not be consumed while using blood pressure, anti-anxiety, or antihistamine medications. If you're uncertain if you can still eat or drink your beloved grapefruit, you can always ask your healthcare provider for advice. What do I eat now that grapefruits aren't on the menu anymore? Although grapefruit is a fantastic source of vitamin C and fiber, it is not the only fruit in the world that has this vitamin. Strawberries, lemons, and oranges also contain loads of vitamin C and other healthy nutrients, so perhaps see this as an opportunity to discover new fruits you've never tried before. Number 5. Sodas, sugary drinks, and bottled teas. If you're hot and thirsty, an ice-cold cola could seem alluring, but sodas and many sports drinks are high in sugar. In a 12-ounce drink, cola cans include 39 grams of sugar, or roughly 10 teaspoons of sugar. Regularly consuming these drinks could cause prediabetes sufferers to develop diabetes. Obesity and other health problems are also brought on by too much sugar. Soft drinks aren't the only enemy you have to deal with at 50. Bottled teas, upscale coffee drinks, and fresh lemonades can also be loaded with sugar. One of Starbucks' most well-liked beverages, the 16-ounce chai latte, has 42 grams of sugar. Watch out for deceptive labels on bottled beverages. Simply because a beverage is labeled pure, green tea, or honey does not imply that it contains less sugar. And what about goods that advertise their raw sugar, coconut sugar, or organic cane sugar? Sugar is sugar. The take-home message here is that you should try to limit your daily calorie consumption from added sugars to no more than 10%. That would amount to no more than 200 calories or 50 grams of extra sugar per day for a 2,000 calorie diet. Number 6. Alcohol. When you clock 50, Mexican meals with 3 margaritas should be a thing of the past. Why? As we become older, our body's metabolisms shift, making us more vulnerable to the harmful effects of alcohol. Alcohol can increase the risk of dehydration, affect the likelihood of falls, and interact with the drugs we take as we age. Numerous health issues such as liver disease, heart disease, renal disease, immune system dysfunction, and neurological conditions including dementia are all made worse by alcohol. According to a University of Pennsylvania research of 36,000 adults published last year, even moderate alcohol usage, such as a couple of beers or a glass of wine each week, is associated with brain damage regardless of age. And if you believe that drinking alcohol promotes or improves sleep, you need to reconsider. Even though it could make it simpler for us to fall asleep, it rarely helps us stay asleep. The need to use the restroom frequently wakes us up in the middle of the night. In conclusion, current government standards advise against exceeding 2 drinks per day for men and 1 drink per day for women. Number 7. Deli meats. Your liver and kidneys may not function as well as they once did as you get older. You'll feel less energetic and less hungry than you did when you were younger. This can make it challenging for adults over 50 to consume enough nutritious food on their own, especially if they don't frequently eat at home or while on the go. Due to this, deli meats are extremely risky. They are high in sodium and dangerous chemicals. According to the American Institute for Cancer Research, a persistent preference for processed meats has been connected to an increased risk of colorectal cancer. Need other alternatives? Sandwich fillings. Here are a few examples that are less unhealthy than deli meats. This includes egg salad, salmon, or tuna from cans. For a higher protein and nutrient boost that can help maintain strong bones, think about mixing a sandwich filling with plain Greek yogurt instead of full-fat mayonnaise. We understand that many of these foods might be your faves, but if you want to look younger and stay healthy as you age, then it's high time you start cutting these out of your diet.